Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Hey, today we're going to work on the high-low case of the TC125. Going to build that up. We probably won't install the whole thing, but we're going to get it built from a shell. So come along on the ride. Okay guys, let's get the clutch portion put back together. And we've first got the piece that the clutch screw goes into. That's going to go in there. It'll only go in one way. And then we've got the seal that goes in right behind it, and it's going to go up. No way it can go down, so it's got to go up. And then we get the two screws. Just holds everything together. And we'll just put a little grease in the seal there and flip it over and grease up the screw following portion of it there. And we'll just put a little on the screw portion too, and then it's going to just screw right down into it. Easier said than done. Once you get it lined up, it will. And it goes with the lever area there up. And just grab it with a pair of pliers across the flats there. Make sure everything is operating the way it should. A little this extra oil off, or grease off. And then we've got the arm, and that's going to go with this cutout toward you so that you can get the cable in there. And of course it's got the screw. I guess I'll be ready when I put that up there. It's not going to cooperate. With a washer. The washer and nut there. And we don't know where this is going to need adjusted yet. We'll just run it down there and leave that portion loose. And you've got the spring that pops right here into that groove. Okay, so that's done. Now let's press on to the high-low shifter. Again, let's get some grease where it needs to go. Come on down, get it into the bottom boss there too. And just put a little, we've got our new O-ring on here. Get a little grease on it, and down here also. Okay, we've got our grease in, and we need to prep this piece here Put a little grease on it and up inside. And it's going to go like this. That's how it fits in there. You've got a flat washer, a lock washer, and the nut. Okay, get your little lever in here, lever on the arm or whatever they want to call that, and then get it tightened up. Just grab you a pair of pliers and give it a snug. And then on this piece here, on the lever, you've got this flat area right here where the bolt is going to go in here. And we've already got the grease in here. I've got grease in here and in this portion. We're going to stick this down here, and then we're going to set it and push down right there on the stop. And then try to keep this arm kind of square here and find the spline. Okay. See, that's too far. We need to come over this way one. So it would have hit the case here, so we don't want that. We don't want it to hit the case over here either. Okay, that's good, and that's good. And then look up through the bottom here, and you should see that tooth where the plunger is going to go, and this one. So that should be good. And then speaking of the plunger, let's get a little grease where the spring goes, and also on the plunger itself, and right here where the ball's going to go into the teeth. And then we've got a washer and the plug. This goes in there, and then this is going to screw into the case. Everything's as it should be. Now we can go ahead and put our stop in. And I'm going to put just a little bit of blue Loctite on that. Ooh, I think I said a little bit. Okay, good to go there. I just about forgot my seal here. It kind of goes down here like this, and you've got a kind of a dog leg on it right here. That it's going to go like this into the case. It's going to seal all the dirt and grime on the other side of the case. And with that, there's no lock washer that goes on that, so just a little bit of blue Loctite to prevent it from backing out. Okay. Then we're going to have, you've got a thick washer. Let's see here. This one, these are mostly all the same size except for the inside here. This is about 22 millimeters, and then you're at a little over 6 on the inside and 2 millimeters thick. That's going to be your first washer in. And then you've got your bearing. And with that, we're going to get us some grease on it. And then it goes up, I believe that's right. Yeah. Goes with the bearing up. And then you've got your first thin washer. Now this is a bigger one in the middle. It's going to be 10 millimeters by 22 by 0.8. Okay, the next piece is going to be the spacer. A little grease on it. And we'll set it right down there into the, you're actually going to go through the bearing into the first washer that you put on. The bearing and the second washer, it'll be up the middle of it there. So the spacer goes all the way back. Okay, then you know what? I let that thing flip over on me there, so this opening right here needs to go the other way. So let's lift it up and move it. And then move all our washers back in position here. Okay. Now the spacer is all the way down to the first washer. And then we've got the other thin washer. That's the one that's 0.8 thickness. And then you're going to have this one with the serrations on it, and your lock washer. It's a star washer. It's going to go there, and then your nut. And I'll show all that when I put it on the bike. But this is how the washer pack goes. Okay, back over to the bike, and we're going to go ahead and install this. We've got all the parts that you just saw go in. They're still there. All we've got to do is put the big washer and the nut on and adjust it. Okay, we've got oil pump cover on, and our cable hold down, and we have a dowel pin, and looks like everything else is as it should be. So we'll see if we can get it stuck in there. Get a couple screws in it. All right, now we've got the serrated washer. It's got the serrations on top. It's going to go in. And then our star washer. And last, the nut. Okay, I've got the vice grip on the shaft that comes through there on the flats. And then I tighten up the nut there. And we should be adjusted. I'm going to have to spin this over here a little bit. They don't like to go unless something's moving, so we'll have to get to that stop, or that we'll have to get to that when we've got the engine running to make sure that we're getting our shift. But it came from the left side one to the right side, and it went in, so it's probably all it needs is just being able to turn it. And we get our shifter on here. And our cover. Let me get a gasket. We've got to get the clutch cable in. And our little keeper goes down over it. It's in the groove. And we can go ahead and adjust this somewhat here. And I've still got to okay. Okay, I've got this adjuster down about as far as it'll go so that we've got the maximum amount of cable adjustment left. Looks like we're good there. Tighten down your jam nut. That feels good. And once we've got all that done, I'm sure we'll have to take it back apart, but at this point we'll go ahead and get our cover on. Okay, got all those in, and we'll just give the little nut here a final turn now that we've got it attached, so there we go. It's looking more like a motorcycle all the time. I like it when everything's starting to come back together. I know we'll have to go back in here. We'll have to do some adjustments. Of course, we'll have to pull this off to adjust the oil pump, the cable, and everything. So that's all stuff that's going to be done when we get ready to start it. So we'll have a complete video on that. At this point, we've built our high-low case, and we've got it installed. And just to let you see the final product from the last video, the switch is installed here where it's supposed to be. So everything fits as it should. Just hope everything works as it should. Okay guys, that's just a quick short video on the buildup of the case and the install. Like I said before, I know we're going to take this back off, but it won't have to be completely disassembled again. We'll adjust the oil pump, adjust the shifter if we need to, the clutch if we need to, and maybe the position of the shifter, I don't know. We'll get to all that when we get ready to fire it up. Hey, thanks guys for following along with me and going on the ride. See you next video.